Sugu. They've been making us work the whole time we've been locked up in here. What's more, Agnes uses the stuff that we procure to carry on their war. Produce. Okay. If something that I made hurt one of my family back in the city, I don't know what I'd do. Living with that anxiety for so many years, it's enough to send you crazy. Your cell's not this way. You better get back before the guards start giving us all a earache. No one wants to be trapped in this cesspit, slaving the rest of their lives away. I want to get out of here as soon as possible, and I dare say you do too. Come on, get to the central cell block for morning assembly. You can't be late or you'll wind up in a punishment cell. If she'd have lost heart, I would have given her a good thrashing, but Gondor is Gondor, wherever she goes. So the infiltration went fine, but then all hell broke loose. Well, it's hardly a surprise. Gondor's always been that way. Must be tough for poor Aggie and Augie. There were a lot of soldiers in this prison, who I know well. It was devastating not knowing whether they were alive or dead, so it was a huge relief to see they're still alive. I know their mission here is to rescue Gondor, but I also want to make sure that we can get everyone else home if we can. Ruggy Scruggy. Can Ruggy Scruggy help friends? Shilshil asked us to collect stones. Oh, Ruggy Scruggy had some of those. What do you mean by had? Ruggy Scruggy lost all of them during prison labor times. Ruggy Scruggy not slacker like Mo Mama, so tried very hard to search, but too many scared people, so could not find. I see where this is going. Well, fine, we'll go on a stone hunt for you. That very helpful. Any color okay, so bring findings back to Ruggy Scruggy. Had a feeling there wouldn't be, but it's interesting. Always get sad in the lead up to the day of the eclipse. The spectacle of slaughter. I'd rather be dying in battle. Why did I have to get myself captured back then? Identification devices work pretty well, it seems. Just take care the guards don't see our little modifications. And drawing attention to yourself by interlinking is absolutely out of the question. Got it? The lost numbers locked up in the prison camp were all captured during missions they'd undertaken. They remained here year after year with hardly a hope of getting out. And we had no idea what kind of life they'd been leading here. It really pulled the wool over these Agnian guards' eyes. Plenty of my comrades have been telling them that Mobius are pulling the strings, but they won't believe a word of it. You'll see Gondor around the central cell block a lot. Just look for two burly dudes hanging around. I'm sure you won't miss them. 10 long years I spent in this prison camp. That's a humdinger of a stretch. Probably about time they picked me out for the chop. What makes you think that? My age. You don't see many old prisoners in here, do you? Oh. I'm sorry, there's so much on my plate right now, I can't really afford to help you guys out. Sure thing. Could you spare us a few tips at the very least? Yeah, maybe. There's a Nappan trader who got mixed up with the Gen Pop here. If there's anything you need, that might be a way to get a hold of it. Yep.
I'll tell you what we should all do. No one frigging thing.
We do nothing.
If you just stay put here and city folk keep a low profile, no one has to die for small nuts.
So that's your now.
Penny finally drops.
They're going to execute you next month.
So it'll be 8 people at that. They've got over 1,000 locked up in here. It'll barely register.
So, life's not statistics.
I'm saying if you do shit like this bitch we want, you'll have 1,000 lives on your conscience. And also, you're gonna set the world to rights? Then what's that there on your arms? On your chests? And then there's the kid. Little more than a month left. You must be the most eager of the lot.
That's enough.
Just shut up about the world already. All this holier than thou crap. You're only doing it for yourselves. You just find out out of self-pity. Flying around thinking you can make a difference. When I see your lives, I do it with purpose. Just one more day, one more minute. You have no idea how many lives we've sent. All the friends we had, wishing they'd had more time. That was each and every day for us. But it was all we could do. It was all we had to believe in. Day in, day out. Your mom. And Alicia? And when we finally made it to the city, I realized there was a whole different world out there. They're so lucky. I really thought that. I was astounded. Just by extending our years, life could be so different. I even saw the beginning of a new life. That tiny little hand that was grasping mine. I can understand why you want to protect that. If that's the now you speak of, we'd never kill that. Still, that's why we're trying to protect it for you. To save our friends. To build a future that would make us free. You've got about a month. That enough? For that? I don't know. My time might be up before our fight is truly over. There's probably not that much I can do. But I've got to try. I'll keep trying while my flame still flickers. And after that,
Yeah, we got you. Carry on your will. Right?
We're done today. Just go back to your hole, you rat bastards. If we keep crowding together like this, a nice Mr. Jailer might show up and rattle your empty heads together. No worries, we'll clear out. Before you go, just one more word to the wise. If you're gonna pretend to be model prisoners, you better put some effort into the jobs the guards give you. What kinds of jobs are they? It's different depending on the day. Anyway, come here again in the morning. We'll be here. We have to wake up early. Looks that way, sweetie. No, it would be a good idea to sleep early today. Early to sleeping, early to waking. Right. Look at that. A real critical mess of weapons-grade arseholes, if I ever saw one. Pardon? This is all Bitch Queen's idea, wasn't it? Don't be getting ideas, will ya? Doesn't matter what kind of hotshots you guys think you are. If you're in here, you stick to the rules.
Cost money and I ain't got it! Let's make the most of our break, guys.
Yeah, let's get some food on the go. I'm envious. Mimi, Noah, you're all so incredibly confident.
Who's confident? It's all a big act. I don't know about Noah and Leo. Me neither. I'm pathetic. Just acting tough. I'm pulling myself up like a annoying wimp.
You think you're a wimp?
Yeah. I'm a lot. Like you. But look. What's wrong with that anyway? If we're weak, there's room to grow. Right? Remember the first time you became Ouroboros? You yelled, "Lads, come with me!" You reached out for the strength you needed. Our friend Joran, he became Mobius. That wasn't him. That's his life's purpose. Like Spark is. So I think maybe I'll figure out the purpose of my own life. I want to get stronger. But if Joran surpassed me, I'll get even stronger than that.
Wow.
I won't be doing it for recognition. Not to be liked. I'll do it for myself.
Even if people don't recognize it, right?
We're here. This is us. Let's keep being true to ourselves. What's wrong with that?
Same old plans.
Same old Senna.
Recognizing your own purpose. You mind if I pinch that mindset?
What are you talking about? Friends don't need to ask. Here's to us, my mighty weaklings.
Is everyone ready? Oh yeah. Condor told us to go to the central cell block. It's about the same time now as it was when we infiltrated the prison. Ugh, what if that foul-mouthed jailer's there? He'll no doubt be at the morning gathering. Okay then. Shall we go, my fellow bottle prisoners? Good luck at hard labor, everyone. hope we get off lightly. The guards know we wouldn't stand for it if they laid a hand on Gondor, so they turn a blind eye to most stuff. Things have definitely gotten lively around here since Gondor arrived. We've got the daughter of the Elder with us now, and that gives us all some hope. Ow. Good morning, prisoners. How are you this fine morning? It's a good day to show gratitude to your jailers. If he let you keep your criminal lives, the least you can do is work till you die. Then what don't work, don't eat. And so without further ado, here's your work details for today. Today's food gathering duty is in the perimeter woodland. You're to team up based on your assigned cell. First, gather 20 each of cardamomles, gold burdocks, peachy truffles, and honey plums. That is all. Sounds like another breezy one today. Oh, for sure. Might even able to sneak in a naparoo, don't you think? Blah. Seems plenty rough to me. Same, I don't even want to think what a hard day's work looks like here. Something wrong, Tyon? Those foodstuffs that the guard named. It's the exact same food that the castle distributes to us. Huh, does that mean the food the colonies receive, it's all picked here? It would be the natural conclusion. So they're using the lost numbers as free labor. We're now opening the gate to the perimeter woodland. And no funny business, you hear me? Anyone acts suspicious, they get taken out of. End of. We're supposed to keep our heads down until we can execute the plan. Let's just head for the woodland. Now, what I wouldn't give for a taste of the city's cuisine. Don't get in the wrong end of the stick, mind. I have no regrets about following my lady, none at all. Just every now and again, I think of the food in the city and get such a rush of nostalgia. Gondor, I wanted to talk strategy about this plan in 2 days' time. Strategy, I already told you yesterday. If we keep nattering, the guards will give us grief. Just keep your heads down and do some work. Work? Okay, fine, but what should we do? Huh? Why are you asking me? I look like a model prisoner to you? If you're so keen, go chat at some of the other losers slacking about. You got some tremendous power locked away in there, haven't you? Wouldn't try using it for while on prison duty, though. The guards are sure to find out. Yeah, we know. No Enderlake, you right? love gathering days. It's a chance for me to go off into my own little world and think about my favorite books all day. Ah, what I wouldn't give for some of Leanna's works. Looks like we might actually meet today's quota. Some days can be a lot more problematic. What happens if we don't hit the quota? It's better you don't know. Dang it, Luna, I can't focus on what I'm doing. Is this what prison work is always like? Yeah, man, some days instead of picking food, it's mining for resources. Either way, a full, hard day's labor. I see. You haven't picked your share yet, right? Here, have this. Are you sure? We don't want you too tired when the breakout happens, yeah? Thanks, this will definitely help. Ow. Please get the claw out of my arm. Can you please get the claw out of my arm? An old squad mate told me once that this territory used to belong to the city way back when. It was a fertile place which produced a lot of crops. Hope's Rest they used to call it. And they still call it the same thing in here. It'd be funny if it wasn't so sad. Did you guys grow these? Yeah, the soil's decent to begin with, so it wasn't too much of a hassle. But it does piss me off to think they're filling up the guard stomachs too. Here, you guys can grab a few. It's those same gold burdocks that they had you plucking. Thank you so much. Can't quite believe I'll be seeing the back of this place in a few days. Wish I could take this soil with me when I go. What were you looking at? Just noting the guards' positions. I want to be of use when you're breaking Gondor out of here. Right, okay. Anyway, that's what I'm doing, and it served my purposes to be inconspicuous. Not to be rude, but would you please go work somewhere else? I'll be sure to do that. Oh, hey, wait, take these. Whenever there are prisoners talking, it's just a matter of time before guards show up. We don't want them twigging on to our plans, now do we? So go. It's a real surprise to see Ouroboros that skipped out on the candidacy thing, too. Didn't know that was possible. Yeah, seems like all kinds of things started happening since we got locked up in here.
Shall we deal with this?
The frick? I guess I'll just go turn this in. We've collected our quota. Let me be the judge of that. Alright then, here's the list for the next batch. What? We worked our arses off and now you want more? You got a problem with that? Feel free to die if you prefer. We're keeping you alive out of the goodness of our bleeding hearts. You want to stay that way, you work. What did you just... Hey, we need to lay low until you know. Right, that'll do it. Work's over for today. Back to your cells, you animals.